We're going to begin by gently finding child's pose. Really slowly here, taking your time, easing your way onto your mat and beginning a round of deep breathing. Take a nice deep inhale, fill up. And gently contract your chest, allow your belly to draw itself towards the back of your spine as you empty out nice and slow. We start with rhythm in our practice. We end with rhythm. Let this movement of breath be your anchor. What I mean by that is that there's a tendency for our minds to sort of run away and to move away from this practice, from being in the present moment. And when that happens, and that's very natural, you become aware that you've actually started to fly away, you guide your attention back onto the rhythm of your breath. So let that breathing pattern be your anchor point. Take a deep inhale, fill up. And gently exhale, release. We're gonna move our fingers gently to the right side as we stretch the left side of our body. As you move to the right, you're not just moving to the right, you're also moving forward. So you're creating a lengthening movement. Feel that beautiful stretch in your chest muscles and your intercostal muscles, allowing you to take deeper and more comfortable breaths. When you're ready, slowly shift to the opposite side. Taking time, maybe even becoming aware of how your fingers move. What we want to do is heighten our awareness of our body. We want to heighten what it is that you feel and register. This will build a better relationship between the mind, the body, and the soul integrated. Gently come back towards the center, maybe going for a deeper stretch here. Option to lift the elbows off the ground and really reach forward towards the front of your mat, kind of an exaggerated stretch. And then gently release, come slowly up into a tabletop position. Take as much time as you need. We start our practice slow. There'll be plenty of space and time for us to increase the level of movement from here. Move in any way, shape, or form. Get to know your body as if for the first time. Breathe. So all you're doing here is you're in tabletop and you're just moving in a way that is intuitive. So you can be rotating your hips in circles. You could be moving the hand left or right. Dropping the neck. When you're ready, you're going to come back slowly to a neutral spine. From here, neutral spine, your belly is tucked in, so core is strong. We're going to inhale. The right arm lifts, the left leg kicks back, so it's a cross. Exhale, knee to chin to a hover as you lift the knee and the chin as much as possible, and the knee and the elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, slowly bring it in with control. Inhale, kick. Exhale, bring it in. Last one. We're going to hold the top of the inhale. Inhale, extend, hold, hold, hold. And then exhale, right hand down, left knee down with control. Switching sides. Inhale, left arm lifts, right leg kicks back. Reach. Exhale, knee to chin, breath to movement. Let that breathing guide. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend, core strong. Exhale, bring it in. Last one, even slower. On the inhale, extend, maybe 3 counts. 2, 3, hold. Exhale, all the way down. Left arm down, right knee down. Spread your fingers wide onto the mat. Curl your back toes. Lift your knees into downward facing dog. You go. Nice and slow. In down dog, feel free to bend one knee and then extend the other, just so that you're cycling your knees. If that feels good, you can even bend both knees. Notice for many of us, sometimes we hold a bit of power in our neck. We're kind of holding our neck. Let your neck just fall to the ground. There you go. You could look left, you could look right. Just make it loose, counteracting the effect of gravity, compressing the neck all the time. That's what we're doing here. We're letting it drop. Breathe. Inhale, come up high on your tippy toes. Exhale, take the heels back down again. We'll do it 2 more times. Let your breath guide your beautiful movement. Inhale, come up high on your tippy toes. Full breaths. Exhale, let it all out as you drop it back. Beautiful. Last one. Inhale, lift as high as you can. Exhale, gently back. Beautiful. Inhale, come up high on your tippy toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, small steps, feet to hands, top of the mat, minor steps. You bend your knees as much as you need, all the way. Inhale, halfway lift, tall spine, hands can hover in front of the shins. Exhale, forward fold. You can even bend the knees slightly if that feels good. Inhale, raise the arms up all the way. And on the exhale, Samastitihi, dropping the arms back, maybe palms open, shoulders open. We're going to repeat again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to mat. Step the legs back. Let's start with a modified child's pose. So modified, start by bending the knees slowly. So knees touch the ground, then belly, then chest. Your elbows are in. Inhale, up dog, lift. And exhale, downward facing dog. Same thing, you could lift arms, belly, then knees, all the way into downward facing dog. Just to kind of play with these modified poses. Breathe. Deep inhale. And deep exhale. We'll do 2 more Surya Namaskar, A with our breath as our guiding principle here, kind of full breath. Let's energize the body for a beautiful practice together. Inhale, come up high on your tippy toes, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or jump, feet to hands, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, all the way out. Inhale, raise the arms, full breath. And then exhale, take the arms besides you, Samastitihi. Inhale, arms up, full breath, maybe palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to mat, jump or step back, chaturanga, or modified, whatever you feel comfortable doing. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, empty out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, come up high on your tippy toes, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step it up, feet to hands, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, deep breath. Exhale, forward fold, empty. Inhale, rise into arms up. Exhale, back into mountain pose, nice and slow. Last one. Inhale, arms up, fill up. Slow. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to mat, take it back, flow it out, chaturanga. Beautiful, guys. Your elbows are in, core strong. Inhale, up dog, chest open, shoulders down. And exhale, downward facing dog, empty out. Beautiful. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Even if we exaggerate the volume of air we take, let's take a deep breath in, really deep. And then exhale, release. Even if it's from the mouth or the nose, for here it's fine. All right, and we flow together. Inhale, come up high on your tippy toes, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step it up, feet to hands, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees into chair pose. You rise, arms up. Core in. Sit bone pointing towards or down towards the mat. From here, we're going to play with just kind of creating little pulsations in this pose. So maybe we sit in a little bit and then we come up, maybe 1 inch, and then we sit in again, just kind of playing with strengthening the legs. One more, we drop in a little and then we lift. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold and stay. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees, second set of chair. Inhale the arms up as they glide on top of your mat. Core strong. Keep your gaze in one spot. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, right arm back, left arm forward. Take the right arm back, left arm forward, twist. Inhale, both arms lift. Exhale, opposite side, left arm back, right arm forward, twist, hold, sit a little lower. Inhale the arms up, and as slowly as you can, exhale the hands down, really, really slow. You release the legs the minute your hands touch the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to mat, take it back, flow it out. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to chin as you come forward, micro bend in your elbows. Inhale, kick as high as you can, straight leg. Exhale, knee to chin. Inhale, kick. Exhale, knee to chin. Last one, let's do it slower. Inhale on 3 counts as you kick that right leg slowly up. Hold. And then slow 3 counts. Exhale, step the right leg forward. So this feels a little more challenging as you take that right leg, step it all the way forward. Inhale the arms up into crescent lunge. You rise. Back leg lifted. Back heel is lifted. Front right knee 90 degrees and feeling nice and strong. Breathe. Deep inhale, arms a little higher. Exhale, left arm back, right arm forward, nice and slow. Just taking your time. Now, once those arms are apart, take the hands, move them away from each other. So exaggerate the space that you're creating between your joints. Inhale, both arms lift. Exhale, opposite side, right arm back, left arm forward. You'll feel it's a little more challenging. Sit a little lower, twist a little deeper. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Drop the back heel almost 90 degrees with the back of your mat. Arms parallel, shoulders down. Sometimes a trick to help sit the shoulders in their shoulder sockets is you move the palms and point them towards the sky. So you're using the entire arm to open up. And then just from the wrists, take the palms back down towards the earth, just to help you seat the shoulders. Together, inhale, palms up, straighten the right knee. Exhale, warrior 2. 2 more, breath to movement. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior for 3 breaths. Taking that right arm up and back. Option for that left hand to rest on the back leg or to go for a half bind If that's available to you, just explore and play. Breathe. Take a deep inhale and hold. On the exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, upper body moves forward. Exhale, extended side angle. The right arm is down and the left arm goes all the way up and towards the front of your mat. So this is extended side angle. You're creating a nice line from the tip of your left finger, middle finger, all the way to the bottom of your back leg. Nice and straight. Breathe. We won't stay here long. One more deep inhale. And then one more deep exhale as you stay. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Beautiful work, you guys. And then exhale, catapult the hands all the way onto the floor. Inhale, look forward, chest forward, fill. Exhale, take that leg back, maybe a three-legged chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. For 3 counts, you're gonna inhale to high plank. So I'll give you a nice mini break. 1, 2, and 3. You're in high plank. 3 counts, chest to mat, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Inhale, baby cobra. Use your back muscles. Lift. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale, baby cobra. Hold for 1 count. And then exhale slowly down. Release the arms beside you. We're going to take 3 breaths here just to relax. And then we'll do the left side of the body. Just breathe. Breathe. Nice and slow. On your next inhale, you're going to take your hands shoulder width apart. Curl the back toes. Lift your back knees. Solidify your core. Inhale, push up into high plank. Everything lifts at the exact same time. Beautiful work. Exhale, downward facing dog. Empty out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's do the left side with strength. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to chin, core strong. Inhale, kick. Exhale, knee to chin. Inhale, kick. And slow, exhale, knee to chin. Last one, maybe 3 counts here. Inhale, slowly lift that left leg high. 2 and 3. Exhale, slowly step that left leg forward. 2, 3. Inhale, crescent lunge, arms up. Breathe. Core strong, bending that left knee, firing up your core muscles. Take a deep inhale. Slowly exhale, right arm back, left arm forward. Again, while we're in this position, we sit a little lower, and then we actively move the palms or the hands away from each other, opposite direction. So that left hand moves forward, right hand moves back. Create that space. Inhale, arms up, 1 breath. Exhale, opposite side, left arm back, right arm forward. Maybe in this pose, sit a little lower, twist a little deeper. Beautiful, guys. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Breathe. Looking towards the front of your mat, fixing your gaze in one spot. We sometimes have a tendency for that front bent knee to cave on the inside. When it does, you just push it out. So in this case, it's the bent left knee. If it falls to the inside, you push it out. Together, inhale, palms touch, front knee extended. Exhale, warrior 2. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior two. Last one, slow. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior for 3 breaths. This time creating space in the left-hand side of the body. And play. One more deep inhale and stay. Exhale, slowly come back out into warrior two. Inhale, upper body moves forward. Exhale, extended side angle, left arm down. Right arm at 45 degrees towards the front of your mat. And that same principle, you can notice that as you begin reaching, you use more muscles to create that opening. So reach towards the front. Beautiful breath. One more breath. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, both hands onto the mat, slow with control. Once both hands touch, inhale, look forward, chest forwards, fill up. Exhale, take that leg back, flow it out, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Breathe. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Let it out. This time, 4 counts. Inhale to high plank. Nice and slow. Explore how strong your body is throughout this entire movement. You're developing strength at every range of motion. 4 counts, chest to mat as much as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, baby cobra, lift. You can even have an option to hover the arms. Exhale, down. Last one. Inhale, baby cobra, lift. Hold. From here, going to full cobra, nice and slow as you press your palms into the earth, going slowly. Notice the quality of your breathing. If the breathing gets disturbed, maybe you went up too far and then you come back out again. The trick here is to maintain a beautiful rhythm in your breath. Everything else will come after. The body will adjust. Your strength will unfold. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, come out with the strength of your back, taking care of slowing down that movement, chest and mat as much as you can. I want you to work your back muscles all the way down. Deep breath in, and then exhale, release the hands beside you. Let go. Let go, release. We put equal emphasis on the power of will, which moves you in the world, and on the courage to let go, to release. This practice is the embodiment of doing your best and acting into the world while simultaneously releasing yourself from all of the results, because you don't know how things unfold. When you're ready, hands shoulder width apart, we're going to resume our practice. You can take as much time as you need. Curl your toes, lift your knees, fire up your core muscles. Inhale, slowly push up into high plank, lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Empty out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to chin. Inhale, right leg high, kick. Exhale, right knee, right elbow to the outside, hold. Inhale, kick. Exhale, center. Inhale, kick. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, opposite side, hold. Inhale, kick. And then exhale, step the right leg on the outside of the right hand. So this is really wide-legged here. So you're stepping the right foot, the outside of the right hand. From there, I want you to take the right hand on the inside of your right knee and twist. So I'll get a little closer so you guys can see. Breathe. I feel very free to modify these poses. There's a couple of options that are available to you. One of the options is to drop the back knee and extend the back foot. See how that feels. Creating these wide hip openers. Breathe. From here, we're gonna place both hands onto the mat. We're gonna curl the back toe, lift the back knee. We're gonna crisscross the hands to the side of your mat, nice and slow, ending with your toes in, heels out. And we'll do a few exercises here. First one, you could have your hands onto the floor. Second option, you can interlace your fingers behind your head. From here, we're gonna gently turn towards the right side. So that's one option. If it gets too challenging, you place your hand, left hand and right arm up. These are the two options. And we're gonna switch it up towards the left. And switch again. And switch. Back towards the center. Inhaling with a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands can go onto the mat, or they can even go right through threading the needle. Breathe. Breathe. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, find more length, more space in the back. Your hips in the back of the legs. Head falls heavy. We're going to take our hands towards our hip and we're going to come up one vertebra at a time, nice and slow. Take your time, firing up your leg muscles as you come up all the way. We're going to take our hands, interlace them behind us, preparing to flush our shoulders. Take a deep inhale and bring the shoulder blades closer to each other, maybe even look back a little. On the exhale, gently fold forward with control. Taking the arms up towards the sky, flushing the shoulders. Breathe. Breathe. One more deep inhale. On your exhale, take those arms a little higher. One last stretch. And gently release the arms, allow them to fall heavy towards the ground. From here, you're gonna bend the right knee, extend the left leg. So bending the right knee, extending the left leg. We can have both hands onto the floor, or we could have hands into heart center. From here, we're gonna switch sides. So we're gonna bend the left leg and extend the right. Finding that control, keep your breath strong. Switch it up. And breathe. And one more. Left knee bends, right knee extends. And go back towards the center. Kick the heels out, toes in, flow, forward fold. Beautiful, guys. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Begin to slowly crisscross the hands to the front of your mat, nice and slow, all the way, same way we started. This time you're gonna look onto your left shoulder and you're gonna make sure that it's in line with your left wrist and it's in line with the back foot. So you draw a nice line, we're all in the same line. We're gonna take a deep inhale. On your exhale, you're gonna swing the right leg beside you for side plank, right arm lift. So there's a couple of options for side plank, either both legs on the floor, legs are stacked, or right leg is lifted. Core is strong. We're not gonna stay here very long. For one more full cycle of breath. So one more deep inhale, one more deep exhale. Inhale, fill. Exhale, right hand onto the mat, flow it out. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it out. Let's do it one more time. Deep inhale, fill up with energy. Exhale, release. We'll do the opposite side and take a beautiful break. Take an inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to chin. Inhale, kick the left leg high. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, kick. Exhale, center. Inhale, kick. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, opposite side. Twisting, bending the elbows and holding. Inhale, kick. And exhale, step the left leg to the outside of left hand. So this is a wide step with the left leg almost touching the left edge of your mat. And you can take your left hand inside of left knee and twist, look towards the sky. Feel that beautiful opening. Feel free to move your hips in circles or up and down. Just kind of noticing how things feel in your body. Feel free to explore. And breathe. Throughout this range of motion, as we explore how we want to move, you want to invite your breathing to be rhythmic again. So you're kind of giving it this nice rhythm. You continuously take deep inhales and then you take deep exhales. From here, we're gonna slowly crisscross to the side of the mat. Nice and slow, with control. With the toes pointing in, heels pointing out. And flow. Take an inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, index and middle finger, grab your big toes. You can have a micro bend in the knees. You're gonna use the strength of your upper body. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, you pull the head towards the earth. Creating that deep opening, making space for your kidneys, lowering your blood pressure, and inviting the relaxation response to take root in your body. Breathe. We're going to gently release the hands, place them onto our hips, and we're going to come up maybe one vertebra at a time, nice and slow here. You can come up really slowly, all the way up with your head last. Once we're standing up here, we're gonna shorten our stance by simply heel toeing back. And this time we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna have our toes out, heels in. We're gonna bend our knees. So we're in sumo, wrestler pose, goddess pose as well. And you'll notice for some of us, we're kind of folding forward. We're gonna come back up again. We're gonna push those knees out. We're gonna take our hands to heart center. Together, we're gonna inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. As you bring the hands to heart center, you're gonna sit a little lower, maybe 2 inches. Inhale, arms up. You'll lift almost 2 inches, like that pulsing sensation we did in chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, and you sit a little lower. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're gonna do one more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sorry, we're gonna do one more. Inhale, arms up, and we're gonna hold. So hold the arms there. On the exhale, take slowly the arms forward, nice and slow, until they touch the mat. When your hands touch the mat, kick your heels out and forward. Flow, stretch. Beautiful, guys. From here, we'll do a nice option. While you're in this pose, you're gonna take your left hand and you're gonna cross it to clasp the outside of the right. If this doesn't feel very achievable, simply shorten the stance. And twist. So this is a twisting forward fold. And we're gonna gently switch sides. We're gonna take that left hand back towards the middle. We're gonna take the right hand and thread it right through to the outside edge of that left foot. It's as if you're looking into your own left armpit as you twist. And breathe. And coming back towards the center, we're gonna crisscross the hands to the front of the mat, all the way, nice and slow. This time you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna line up your right shoulder with your right hand. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, swing that left leg behind you. Left arm lifts for side plank. Any modification of side plank, both legs on the floor, legs stacked, or left leg lifts in. You want that core, you don't want your hips to be sinking like so. You want to lift the hips up. Take one more inhale. Exhale, hands to mat, flow it out. Beautiful work, you guys, nice and slow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Empty out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Again, one more. Deep inhale, fill. Let it out. Inhale to high plank, 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. Chest to mat, 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, baby cobra, lift. Exhale down. Second set. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale down. Third set. Inhale, baby cobra. And then exhale slowly down. From here, we're gonna bend our knees 90 degrees. We're gonna clasp our ankles if they're available to us as we wrap our arms behind us. We're prepared for both. Then inhale, kick with the legs up and back. Shoulders open, heart exposed. We're here for only 3 to 4 breaths, that's all. We have a tendency to have the knees open. We're gonna bring the knees closer and you're gonna kick up. Only 2 more breaths. Use the power of your legs, you guys. Find range, explore. 1 more breath, and then slowly down. Relax, you could swing your knees left or right if that feels good, and let go. Completely releasing the body, allowing it to fall heavy into the earth. Yes. Breathe. This is just a theory of mine. I think we're not made to just feel things constantly. We are made to explore. We are made to feel sensations of challenge, which could be translated into stress. There's some level of stress that's good for you. And then sensations of deep relaxation. Both are necessary. Both have their powers. And our challenge, each and every one of us, is to try to find that balance. It's not obvious. Breathe. Notice the quality of your breath when your rhythm is restabilized. How the intelligence of your body finds homeostasis, finds a state of balance. It knows how to do it. I'm going to come out of this position really slowly. Take your hands shoulder width apart. Curl your toes. Lift your knees. Slowly inhale and push up into high plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath, inhale, fill. You can sigh it out, open your mouth, stick your tongue out, release. Again, together. Inhale, fill. Exhale, release. Inhale, come up high in your tippy toes, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step it up, feet to hands, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. You're going to come up to a standing position, one vertebra at a time with your head last. Go as slowly as you can. Your head is last. When you're up, you could move your shoulders and shrug them. Breathe. I'm going to prepare for dancer's pose. I'm going to take the left hand up. And we're gonna bend the right or expose the right palm towards the earth. And we're gonna bend the right knee and clasp the inside of that ankle if possible. Once that happens, we're gonna bring the knees closer to each other. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, we're gonna kick with that right leg back. The intent here isn't to just right away fold forward, it's to play with that leg. And you keep kicking, and then the forward flow or fold will come by itself a little bit. You keep your gaze in one spot. That will help maintain your balance. Having a micro bend in that standing knee, in that left knee, can help activate all of the muscles of the left leg to keep you stable. Beautiful, guys. One more deep inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly come out one vertebra at a time. Point that right knee forward. Take the hands towards the hips. Extend the right leg. And we're here for 3 breaths only. So let's play with lifting that right foot a little higher. Last one. Explore. Lift. Exhale. Cross the right foot in front of the left. So now you're cross-legged here. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold in a cross-legged position here and stretch. Breathe. Breathe. From here, you're going to figure out a way to discover where your right foot is. It's all crossed up. Figure out with that right foot. You're going to take a deep inhale and take that back leg, which is the left leg, all the way up for standing splits. So left leg up. From here, you can play with balance. We're here maybe for 3 breaths. Maybe you could take that right hand to the outside ankle, left hand to the inside of the ankle, and you play. Obviously, the less contact points on the ground, the more challenging the balance is. So just play with it. One more inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left leg meets the right, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe your feet shoulder width apart, and then inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, index and middle finger hook your big toes and forward fold. Breathe. Using the strength of the bicep and triceps to pull you in. You can have a micro bend in the knees. Gently release that pose, heel toe the feet together, and come up one vertebra at a time, all the way up, nice and slow. Beautiful, guys, moving your shoulders. Maybe even having the palms open. We're in Tadasana here for 5 beautiful breaths, pressing your feet into the ground. And just breathing. You're teaching the body, you're teaching your mind to become focused regardless of what you're doing. Whether it's a stretch or a balance or a relaxing pose, you are grounded. If your eyes are closed, you're going to slowly open your eyes. We're going to now do dancer's pose, opposite side. Inhale, the right arm lifts. Your left palm faces the sky at hip level, and you can slowly start. Find your balance, bend the left knee and clasp the inside ankle. Bring the body closer in together. The more the center of gravity is shifted inside, the easier it is to balance. Begin to kick that left leg. Notice in any balancing pose, we typically will hold our breath thinking that this is helping, but that's just a stress response. You want to maintain your breath comfortable. And remember, we fall, we get back in. That's what this practice is about. Trial and error. We fail, we learn again. And here, one more inhale, fill. On the exhale, we're going to slowly come up. One vertebra at a time. Oops. Bring that left knee up. Take the hands towards the hips. Extend the left leg. And we're here just for 3 breaths. So you could even pulse that left leg as you're trying to reach it up higher, playing with that range. One more inhale, lift. And exhale, drop that left foot crossed in front of the right. So you're crossing left in front of right. Inhale the arms up, reach. Exhale, forward fold. This will stretch the IT bands. Breathe. Breathe. Slowly beginning to transfer the weight of your body onto that left leg, which is the front leg. And then you're going to inhale and lift the back leg, the right leg, all the way up to standing splits. And I'd like you to explore and play. Have fun with this pose. Do whatever feels good. Maybe a balancing. Maybe that right leg is lifting towards the sky. Head is reaching that left chin. One more deep inhale. Take it a little higher. Exhale, right foot meets the left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe your feet so that they're hip width apart. Bend your knees and place your palms underneath the feet. So you're stepping onto your palms. You bend your knees as much as you need. And once you're there, you begin to slowly extend the knees and feel that lengthening in the back of your leg. Every time you lengthen, you create opportunity, you create space. When we are stuck, things solidify. It looks like there's no way out, there's no more solutions. So when you create opening in your own body, you're creating flexibility also in the mind, new ways of looking at things, new ways of exploring. When you're ready, you're gonna slowly come out of this position. You're gonna take the palms away from the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to mat, take it back, chaturanga, flow it out. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, come up high on your tippy toes, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, maybe we step and cross the legs and sit forward so that we could extend our legs to the front of the mat. Hands beside us, breathe. We're gonna take an inhale and take the hands a couple of inches behind the hips, maybe 6 inches or so. We're gonna go into reverse tabletop, breathe, or reverse plank. So this is a reverse plank. If this feels inaccessible, you simply bend the knees and go into reverse tabletop. Pointing the toes towards the ground, lifting the hips up. Breathe. One more deep inhale. Exhale, slowly hips towards the ground. Roll your shoulders, roll the wrists, get comfortable. Breathe. From here, we're gonna bend our knees with our shins parallel to the mat as first option. Second option, extending the knees. From here, core strong, so lengthen your spine. Now we're gonna take an inhale, come to a hover. Exhale all the way up. Inhale to hover, we'll only do 4. Exhale, come up and hold. Inhale to hover, so we're doing it slowly. Exhale, lift and hold. This is 3. Last one. Inhale to hover, hold. Exhale, lift. Go halfway and hold. Go to a hover and hold. Hold and let go, release. Beautiful, guys. Take a deep inhale, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, let it out. Again, inhale, fill. Open mouth, let it out. Bend your knees 90 degrees, feet on the ground. For a bridge, inhale, hips lift. Interlace your fingers behind you. Begin walking the shoulder blades next to each other. Breathe. Breathe. Beautiful work as you lift those hips as high as you can, simultaneously sending your beautiful healing energy into your inner organs. There is nothing more precious than your health, nothing more precious than your mobility. Breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly unwind. Take the hips down. Move the shoulder blades away from each other. If it feels good to bring the knees in as a counter reaction, kind of moving it left and right. So be it, we do that. And then we go for a second set. Same thing, you can do a second set of bridge, or if you're feeling to turn it more into a yin, a very calm one, you could do a supported bridge by taking your hands underneath your hips. If you feel like you want to play today, you go for a bridge. If it's accessible to you, hands closer to the ears, and then kicking up. Bringing the knees and the elbows in, and breathe. Heart open. Breathe. When you're ready to come out of that position, you're gonna tuck your chin in to protect your neck. And then slowly down. 1, vertebra at a time, all the way. It feels good here, guys, to bring the bottoms of the feet to touch. Allow the knees to open up in a butterfly. Do so. Sometimes it feels even just as good to do the exact opposite movement. Heel toe your feet to the edge of your mat and allow your knees to fall past each other like a windshield wiper. Breathe. From here, we're gonna make a ball with our body, hug the knees in, chest, shoulders lift, nice squeeze. Take the hands, place them behind the legs and begin to roll backward and forward 3 to 4 times all the way up using the momentum of the body. When you come up here, you're gonna go into tabletop. Do 1 cat-cow at your own pace, really slow, and then find downward facing dog. Breathe. Deep inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee bends 90 degrees. Stack up the hips, open up the right hand side of the body. If you want to play, you can gently flip your dog as you allow that right leg to fall to the side. And then lifting the hips up, right arm lifts towards the front of your mat. Breathe. And flipping back, core strong. Right hand onto the mat, right leg high. Exhale, pigeon, right knee, right wrist. Right knee, right wrist. Breathe. If it feels good, you can go onto your elbows. So you go from proud pigeon to your elbows. You can rest your head on your hands. Do any modification that feels good. Make this pose the most comfortable pose for you. Harnessing that incredible power of your mind, the power of visualization. We do these little meditations or visualization techniques. You're going to inhale a bowl of energy, pure pranayama, pure energy, undifferentiated, and you're going to send it somewhere in your body. You're going to send it somewhere to your soul. With every exhale, you're going to visualize that there's something that no longer serves you, that you're hanging on to. It needs to go. It needs to leave your body. Your best analogy is think of breath. When that first inhale you take, it's what you need. And if you hold on to that inhale, well, you suffocate. You need to exhale it out. There's a time it comes, it serves, and then it needs to go. It's the same principle with certain psychic energies, certain patterns. When you're ready, we're going to come out of this position, hands shoulder width apart, curl the back toe, lift the back knee, core strong. Maybe hover the leg, shake it out, flow it out if you'd like. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bend the left knee 90 degrees, stack up the hips, open up the left hand side of the body. Either you hang out here or you flip your dog for a wild thing. Move your core muscles to allow that left leg to touch the ground. Once there, you lift the hips up, left arm points towards the front of your mat, hips lift, breathe. When you're ready, you flip back, left hand onto the mat, nice and slow, left leg high, and extended exhale, pigeon, left knee, left wrist. Yeah, nice and slow. Breathe. In this pose, I want you to give yourself permission to relax deeper. Breathe. I remember my teacher, Dr. Bali, used to say, always, he repeated that phrase. He said, truth will set us free. And I believe wholeheartedly that this practice will reduce the fog, will bring about clarity of vision. We just have to practice and be a little patient. Breathe. Take a deep inhale. On your exhale, prepare to come out of this position by simply moving your left hips to the ground. Create enough space to swing that leg forward, nice and slow, or you could flow it out if that feels good. Whatever you want to do to come into a seated position here with your legs pointing forward. You're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Let your hands fall wherever they need to fall. Breathe. Breathe. Beautiful, guys. You are literally setting your body up and creating this space for it to initiate the relaxation response, and it stays for hours on end. From here, we're going to gently release that pose, come up one vertebra at a time, and then slowly come back one vertebra at a time and lie down onto the ground, nice and slow. Once there, you're going to bend both knees, hug your body, wrap your arms around your knees, and give yourself a nice, beautiful squeeze. You can lift your shoulders up. Keep the right knee bent, extend the left leg onto the floor. Take the left hand, place it on the outside of your right knee. We're going to go for a supine twist. Gently twist to the left. Your right hand can be extended. Your right elbow can be bent 90 degrees in a cactus pose. And breathe. Slowly unwind one vertebra at a time towards the center. Take your time. Bring both knees in. Give yourself a nice hug. Flush the body. And switch side. Extend the right leg back onto the ground. Keep the left knee bent. Take the right hand to the outside of your left knee. Supine twist towards the right, moving that right knee, or that left knee, excuse me, towards the right. Gently unwind one vertebra at a time. Bring both knees in, hug your body, give yourself a nice squeeze. And we'll take happy baby before Shavasana, where we clasp the outside edges of our feet. You bend your knees as much as you need. And while you're doing this pose simultaneously, you're going to take your hips towards the ground first. So see how it feels to press your hips onto the floor, just to see how that feels. And breathe. And here you can bring the bottoms of the feet to touch while you're still holding the outside edges of the feet. See how that feels. And if there's any other pose that you feel your body needs before your Shavasana, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, I'd like you to find your Shavasana. As you release the legs, release the arms, relax. Breathe. If you'd like to stay longer in your Shavasana, please feel free to do so. It's perfect. If you'd like to come up to a seated position for a very gentle meditation, you can turn to one side or the other, even starting in the fetal position. That can be helpful. And you can find any seated position that suits your needs. I'd like you to bring your attention to the quality of your breath and notice perhaps if there is even a slight difference in the way you breathe now versus when you first stepped onto the mat. Any subtle observation is worthy. We're going to end our session with 3 deep breaths. We're going to take the first one together. Deep inhale. And release. Inhale again. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And then sigh it out. Thank you guys. for this beautiful practice. I will see you here next week, hopefully hotter temperatures. Namaste.